Hi everyone, it's Adrienne Leah. This is a review video for the Tree Angel Oracle deck, The Ancient Path into the Sacred Grove, and there's 36 cards in the book in here, and the creator is Fred, and I'm not going to butcher his name, and then the illustrations are by Anne Hang. So this is a reprint of a German deck that was published in 2006. I got this in Barnes & Noble a while ago when my parents gave us gift cards, and we went to Barnes & Noble and I found it. And it was interesting to me and a bit unusual because the imagery seemed a bit out of place, as if it were in a different time. So that answers the question of the reprinting. So there are two types of angels, those with wings and those with leaves. For thousands of years, people seeking advice or wanting to give thanks to nature have walked the ancient paths into the sacred grove. Since today, sacred groves have become rare, and venerable old trees in peaceful surroundings cannot always be found quickly when we need them. We are pleased to offer this tree oracle deck that can bring us closer to the tree angels once more. Experiencing angelic spirits through the Tree Angel Oracle deck can enrich our lives and help us to rediscover our true connections with trees, or to trees. So, one of the reasons why I got this deck is because I wanted to have an everyday angel deck. I mainly work with nature spirits, specifically the Morgan, who I consider a Divas. So DEVA, the force of nature for me. And also other deities, nature-based deities. So I felt like having angels and nature combined, it would be a great way for me to invest more time in working with angels. So what I really love about this book is that it's hardy, and the book is hardy, and the deck itself is very beautiful. So it is more naturalized. It does have a bit of ethereal imagery, and the beings seem a bit more ghostly. So they are placed within the trees. And there are trees from around the world. It's numbered so you can find it in the book, like that. And when I say the interpretations are hardy, they're really grounded. They're a bit rough. They feel like they belong in this realm. So it isn't so much of a broader type of interpretation. Which makes it definitely more an easier deck to connect to for me. Although I do like working with the divine, it's also great working with something that is as close to home as you can get. And you can see there is a bit of different depictions for nature deities too. And to me, they seem like they have a bit of a Fae influence as well. But I do feel like a lot of stuff, or everything, is interconnected anyway. I did do a full flip through, so I don't necessarily want to go through the whole deck, because if you haven't seen that flip through and you would like to be surprised, I won't show all the cards. So I'll show a couple more, and I'll talk about the interpretations in the book. This was my first card, Larch. So I really love the messages that it gives. To be honest, the imagery can be a bit unnerving because they look really ghostly, but it isn't a scary type of feeling. So I'll pull out a card for this video. So I got 7 oak. So there are spreads and an introduction in how to use the cards and what the cards are. There is a picture that goes after the interpretation. With the poem to go along with it. So, virtually no other living thing in this biosphere has the same vitality and sheer life force as the oak tree. Human beings have been aware of this since time immemorial, and entire cultures have sought out its presence. They drew great power from the king trees, but unfortunately often misused its force to wage war on and to conquer other peoples. The oak tree is associated to Mars, a planet that is often too hastily identified with the god of war. Originally, indeed, for many centuries, Mars was a god of farming and the protector of the house and homestead. Its role as a defender eventually leading to its connection with war. And indeed, oak is at home in a broad spectrum of human associations since energy is essentially neutral. Now we use it up to us. Now how we use it is up to us. The gift of the oak angel is being filled with energy and power. Success is assured. We become confident and strong in body and mind. We can fight if necessary and also protect those whom we love, and thanks to medicine of oak, we can do so with great integrity. Without the beings of oak, we are seized with lethargy, fear, and fatigue. Weakness, laziness, despondency lead to general failure. In society, this plays out as spineless opportunism and blind obedience warriors, and leaders become followers and imitators. If we totally cut off from oak, darkness and depression ensue, and lies and betrayal follow. So towards the end, there is a bit of a reverse type of meaning, or the shadow meaning, I suppose, even though shadow isn't necessarily negative. So there's an afterword in here. Which is a bit of a segue into the Vision Quest of the Tree Angel Oracle deck. And the creator is a leading author in ethnobotany, the cultural and spiritual history of the meanings of trees. So his work has been translated to 10 languages. And the Tree Angel Oracle deck exists in German, French, and Japanese. Also exists. He's the member of the Ecocentric Alliance, a global advocacy network and ecocentrism and deep green ethics, and founding member of the AYG Ancient Yew Group, which works for the better conservation of ancient trees in Britain. And the illustrator is a silk painter and illustrator, interweaves harmoniously flowing and stable things, dream and reality, intuition and craft. Her wish is to touch the hearts of people with her work and to open them to the creative and quiet beauty of nature. So I also wanted to get this deck because my parents are Catholic. They aren't necessarily against other belief systems, specifically my system, because I'm a pagan. They're pretty open to it, and they do ask questions, and they're kind of like chilled out. They don't really care as long as I'm not misusing what I'm learning. So I think that this is a bit symbolic for integrating my parents' beliefs into my system, because I do get different, I do build my practices based off of various religions. I don't just choose one. And so with this deck, since they're Catholic and there is a bit of the connection of we're trying to understand and include ourselves into the stuff that you're interested in too. So I hope that this was an interesting video for you guys. I just wanted to make this video for those who don't really work with angels but would like to try to work with angels, because I feel like this deck is definitely more of a grounded deck, and it isn't as ethereal as other angel oracles may be. So if you guys have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below. And you can also leave me a comment on my website too if you want something like private, because it goes through my email. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.